both sides on the floor, getting ready for the game ahead. Good evening and welcome to tonight's presentation of Noche La NBA, an annual tradition in the NBA celebrating diversity and culture, and always a pleasure to bring it to you. We are quickly reaching the end of the regular season. Doris, are you as excited as I am for the playoffs coming up?
Definitely, Kevin, and I know it's on the players' and coaches' minds. It's right there waiting for us. But let's remember, the most mature teams, the best teams, recognize games are still to be played. You cannot let the playoffs distract you from what's in front of your face.
So a look at the starters for the Wizards. They've got Jordan Poole. George is out there with Song. And it's Carrington in at the two-guard spot. Towns sets the pick for Hart. Off target with his three. Now the Wizards with it. Last time they met was in Washington.
Yeah, in this game, they'll want to approach things a little differently, I think. Got blown out last time due to being a little too aggressive on the defensive side.
You know, there's a balance between that aggression and overdoing it. You can't reach in. These are things officials are looking to call.
Yep, it counts.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
They're basically saying you're going to have to guard us at every point on the floor tonight if you're going to have any chance.
It's good from long range.
Boy, you give Poole room from behind the arc, folks, and he can hurt you.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Well, earlier I spoke with Tom Thibodeau. We got to talking about Jordan Poole and how you deal with a player like him. Coach smiled and said, we want to be as disruptive for him as possible. Anything we can do to prevent him from getting into a rhythm, we'll do it. Keeping Poole off balance is the plan here. Guys?
Okay, David, much appreciated. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. The ultimate glue player, Josh Hart. Doris, he plays way bigger than his listed 6'4" height.
I'm going to be honest with you, Kevin. This is the best rebounding guard I've ever seen in my career covering the NBA. Let's remember, he won a national title in college. He's willing to do absolutely anything to help his team win. You want this guy on your side.
And the free throw is good, now leading by 1. Doris, the way this Knicks roster was put together, they have a great level of physicality.
Kevin, if you think about it, with the way the rules are starting to trend back toward that level of physicality, they've got an opportunity to be successful. They also have a big-time star in Jalen Brunson, so there's a lot to like about the future.
GA, when it comes to the Wizards, they have a pretty spotty draft record over the past decade.
Kevin, it's tough to get things right in the draft. Plus, they have just had poor lottery luck, only selecting higher than 8th once in the last decade. But they have passed on some superstar-level talent.
Now, here's Poole. This game, he had 10 points.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
Towns sets the pick for Payne. Hart finds Anunoby. The shot's good. Anunoby's got 5.
Wow, a level of physicality brought to OG Anunoby, and he says, I can match that.
And we've got a timeout called by Brian Keefe. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Let's check out the standings in the Eastern Conference and see how the playoff race is shaping up. Take a look at the Knicks. Right now, they're locked into 3rd place in the conference, looking to get a high seed for the playoffs. And, of course, the Wizards, right now, quite a ways down below.
And seeing where the Knicks are, they've been ruthless competitors all season long. I mean, they've assured themselves of plenty of home games in the postseason. Let's see if they can take advantage.
Pass to Carrington. Shot clock at 3. Shoots over Bridges. And it's Carrington missing.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
Towns down low. Here's Hart. Fires the 3. Good on the triple.
Well, Josh Hart just making a really quick decision on the catch. It touches his hands and he lets it fly.
Pass to Champagny. In the corner, George with it. Sarr sets the screen for George, and the shot goes down. It's Payne with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Knicks. 4-point game. Anunoby outside. Towns sets the pick for Anunoby, and it's off from three-point range. Washington's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Pass to Carrington. The shot's good on the assist by George. Carrington's got 5 points so far.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And with a quick break on the court, we've got some time to show you the list of the top rookie shot blockers over the course of the last month. Alex Sarr is second.
He's been a factor on the inside. An impressive stretch for him defensively.
Free throw good. Hart. Well, Greg, the Knicks have certainly brought hope back to the city of New York.
And it's been fun to watch. The fans are rallying behind this team, and it's not just because they're winning, it's the way they're winning. They play with heart and hustle.
Well, the intensity, the toughness, the absolute ability to play bigger than your size, that is Josh Hart.
Pass to Carrington. Back to Poole. Over Towns. Payne grabs the board. For the New York Knicks, they come in off the loss to the Hornets in Charlotte.
Well, when you're facing a team that's feeding off the crowd's energy, you have to bring your A game, and they didn't do that defensively.
One thing you know, Greg, is you've got to pack your defense in the suitcase if you're going to win on the road, and they simply did not bring it.
And it's Brian Keefe calling timeout here. He's ready to talk things through with the team. There's been a lot of turnover in Washington doors over the last few years. Where do you think they go from here?
I think the first thing they're looking for, Kevin, is obviously a cornerstone around which to build your team. Recently, it was Bradley Beal. Now they are looking for someone to step up and be their guy.
Chance to check out Mikal Bridges here. Some nice work from him over the last 10 games. Averaging about 19 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And what an impact he makes for them on that offensive end.
Right, he can do a little bit of everything for this team, and it shows when you look at the scoreboard.
And the Wizards with possession. They trail by 3. Outside for George. Sarr sets the screen for George. He nails it, and we're tied up. George has got 5 points so far.
You simply must play better defense than that. This guy is too good from distance.
Bounce pass from Anunoby. For 3, Bridges. It's hauled in by George.
Well, he tries to answer with a three of his own and can't do it. You can't get caught up in the one-on-one aspect. Boy, when he's this deep, it's going to be tough to stop him, especially with a smaller defender.
Anunoby outside. For three. Drains the three-pointer. Anunoby's got a couple of threes now in the first for New York. And so Poole will bring it up for Washington. George with no one around. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Hard against Poole. Knocked away. Poole with the steal. And here we go. Washington fast break. Good.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
Here's Towns. Rebounded by the Wizards.
Great rim protection to prevent him from converting. Beautiful.
Outside, George. There's the triple. Bridges with the board. New York trailing. Payne in the post. Guarded by Poole. Payne passes to Anunoby. A three-pointer off the mark. For Washington, they've gone 7 of 15 from the field to this point. The drive by Poole. And two free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Greg, it's not the first skill you think about, but Jordan Poole is unreal at the foul line.
I mean, led the league in 22 at 92.5%, beating out teammate Steph Curry by 0.2%. Poole's always been amongst the league leaders in attempts.
Looking back at the 2019 draft, Jordan Poole was picked number 28, and Doris, he's already experienced the highs and lows of the NBA.
Well, Kev, let's remember that was a stacked draft class, and I think what you've seen from Jordan Poole is this incredible ability to hunt shots, to be willing to be a focal point on the offensive end. Let's remember, he's won a championship in his career, and that's something you can never take away.
And it's Shamet missing.
Listen, simply put, he's got to finish that. It's not like the defender was right on top of him.
George passes to Sarr. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 3 assists tonight.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Here's Golick, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
How about battling through the impact there and then willing that basketball in?
And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Wizards.
And guys, they've done a great job feeding their bigs inside. They are just punishing the opposition in the paint.
Another big component of their early game tonight has been points off turnovers. Great job converting on those chances.
Wizards have gone 50% from the field in the first quarter, 8 of 16. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, as always with Tom Thibodeau teams, they are level-headed. He said of his Knicks, we want guys to sacrifice and put the team first. But there has to be that belief. When your best players have it, your entire team ends up having it. We know if we stay disciplined, we'll have a chance to win. Kevin?
A very good chance, D.A. Thank you. Johnson's shot is off. The Knicks have gone 6 of 14 shooting the ball since the start of the game. And that one's good. Golick.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Some guys just relish the challenge. Find a way, and he does.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
And the dunk by Towns.
Oh, Mr. Towns can hurt you from anywhere, and that includes putting it on your head.
Smart on the wing. He's covered by Shannon. Smart dishes to Johnson. 4 on the clock. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Johnson's got the game tied up here for the Wizards. Pass to Achua. A floater. It's blocked. And they get it back. And they're able to recover. Washington shooting 47% here so far. Here's Jones. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Watson, he's checked in for New York. And a switcher also for Washington. Champagne's checked in. And the way the Wizards like to play, Greg, you can expect them to get out and run.
Yeah, they're young and they can fly, right? They've got speed and athleticism to get up and down the floor. They'll push the tempo as much as you allow.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Count the basket.
Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
They get it again. Here's Achua. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Now there's an infectious energy to how Precious Achua plays. So tough keeping him off the offensive glass.
And that one's good. Champagne's got 6 points.
Man, he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
Mikal Bridges checked in for Landry Shamet. And then for Washington, Vukcevic is checked in, and Martin subbed in for Jones.
Well, Precious Achua, a guy who I think has a high upside. The reason I say that, he runs the floor. He's got tremendous athleticism. He's able to fit in around great players. He just needs to continue to work on his game.
Vukcevic, good.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
And right now you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing.
The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. Washington out in front, leading by just 1. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. Welcome back, everyone, to the second quarter of play here on Noche Latina. Falanos. And what stands out to you from Washington in this one?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Boy, it's been a really pretty thing to watch, executing their game plan to perfection.
The Wizards with the lead. They've got Robinson. Cameron Payne is out there with Mikal Bridges. Then there's Towns, and it's Anunoby in at the small forward position. That's the 5 for New York right now.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
New York moving the ball around. Pass to Bridges. Lock at 6. Good D by Jones.
Boy, that's the kind of look this offense is designed to create. That's just a tough miss.
Sarr with it. Defended by Towns. That's up a 3. And it's Carrington missing. Here's Payne. He's coming off a 22-point game against Charlotte. And they call the foul, so he's got the and 1 chance here to make it a 3-point play.
Well, OG Anunoby is going to continue to develop his game, and that pass, that was pretty.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Knicks.
Well, they haven't wasted any time getting into a groove from deep, putting up and hitting a healthy amount of three-pointers thus far.
We've also seen them show a willingness to take advantage of the mid-range opportunities. The defense conceding these looks, and they're cashing in.
Well, Doris, both you and I had the honor of being in that 2020 bubble in Florida. Any memories from Orlando?
I think, Kev, just how unique the setting was, and I have to give some props to the players. No fans, no normalcy, away from their families for extended periods. and yet they were able to lock in and give us some incredible moments.
Bridges shot. Good.
Such a smart offensive player. Mikal Bridges assertive and focused when he gets this close.
Here's Gill. Hits it from three-point range. Gill's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Payne kicks to Bridges. Pass to Payne. Takes it off the glass. Payne's got 5 points now in the quarter.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Now George. Here's Sarr, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And while the offense is developing, Alex Sarr is already a huge presence at the defensive end.
Yeah, along with being a great rim protector, he's a 7-footer who can really slide his feet on the perimeter. He can switch on the guards and make them work for their opportunities.
Free throw good, Sarr.
There's just so much potential for Sarr. He's got that Wemby-like build with a lot of skill.
The Knicks making a switch here. Hart's checked in. Second free throw, no good. One of the best 3-and-D wings in the league. Let's start with OG Anunoby, who excels from the corner.
And Kevin, about 45% on quarter threes the last couple seasons. So OG can space that floor horizontally. That's in addition to his elite defensive ability.
Johnson, the pass to Holmes. Sarr with it. Pass to Champagny. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. On the wing, Bridges. Now here's Towns. Three-pointer. Lets the three fly. And Anunoby gets it to go on the assist from Payne. Anunoby's got 11.
OG Anunoby increasingly dangerous with his jumper. Nice catch-and-shoot opportunity there.
And it's Brian Keefe calling timeout here. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team.
We want to get down, and we've got the perfect team to help. Your Knicks 7-time squad. On the court, it's your squad. T-shirts are incoming, fans. Make some noise, and we'll send one your way.
Chance to take a look at some numbers for him.
The trend to notice is the rise in his shooting percentage in the last 10 games. The shots have really been dropping for him, and as long as he's going along like this, they want him to be the one taking the big shots.
So it's Washington now. Now Poole.
Oh, Poole with a little bit of shine in that move. That is nicely done.
Bridges outside. Pass to Hart. To the paint. Bridges shot. Good. Bridges got 4 points this quarter.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Here's Gill. Wizards passing it around. 5 on the clock. Jones sets the pick for Poole. Good on the three-point shot. Poole's got 10 points.
Boy, when Poole has a rhythm on his shot, it's as smooth as anyone in the league.
Hart, wide open. He fires. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Here's Poole, and it's all evened up. He's got 12.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
On the wing, Bridges. Anunoby outside. Three-pointer. Out left to the wing. It's stolen. And here is Poole. He's got 12. Pass to Gill. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Towns for 3. Cans it from downtown. Towns has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Boy, what a pleasure to have a big man who can shoot the basketball like Towns. That's a pretty three.
Champagny. Some solid defense from Hart.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
Payne kicks to Hart. Pass to Bridges. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Doris, when you think of Mikal Bridges, what comes to mind?
The fact that he is available almost every single night, that you can count on him to bring great defensive intensity. He's become a legitimate threat from three-point territory, and now all of a sudden he's adding some ball skills. Mikal Bridges gets better every single year.
The first one falls. Hey, Greg, since getting traded in 2023, Mikal Bridges' scoring numbers have exploded.
Yeah, Bridges, the main piece of that deal, sending Kevin Durant to the Suns. Mikal scored 26 a game down the stretch for Brooklyn that year, taking his game to another level.
Wizards making a switch here. George is checked in.
What you admire about Mikal is he's such a grinder. You watch his defense, you can feel the intensity with this guy.
Gill against Towns. Buries it from about 10 feet away. Towns has got his third bucket of the night. Poole the pass to Jones. Pass to Gill. Poole on the wing. It's over Payne, and good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Poole's got 16 points. Anunoby outside. Right with a screen on George. Anunoby with it. 11 points in the game. Over George. Anunoby, no good. Wizards have gone 7 of 11 from the field in the second quarter. Poole bounce pass. Pass to Gill. George looking over the floor. Shoots over Anunoby, and it's George missing. And so it's Hart who brings up the ball for New York. Following this one, they get to host the Mavericks, and that will be the middle game of this 3-game homestand.
Well, there's a toughness to Josh Hart. You don't mess with him from a contact perspective. He will absorb it.
The Knicks have made 7 out of 9 when they've stepped to the line.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
And the first one drops. And the Wizards are going with a whole new group out there now. Both good from the line that time. Washington trailing. Pass to Holmes. And the rejection by Towns.
Love the hustle from Towns right there, boy. Engaged defensively.
And here is Achua. Bridges finds Towns. Here's Kolek. Offensive rebound. Goes back up. Here's Hart. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Knicks lead by 4.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
And the shot is good.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Johnson outside. 5 to shoot. Shoots over Towns. And again, Washington no good.
I think this is a spot he has got to become more consistent from if you want to command the defender's respect.
And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession. Robinson's checked in for the Knicks. Sar's checked in for the Wizards. George comes in for Martin. Bridges outside. Towns sets the pick for Bridges. 6 to shoot. Good for another basket for him. Number 4 today. He's 4 of 8.
Oh, Mikal Bridges with the big-time strength on that finish.
George passes to Sar. They need this. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Towns has got 11 rebounds in the game. On the wing, Bridges. And he uses the glass on the layup. Bridges got the lead up to 10 now for the Knicks.
I'll tell you, he's playing with much more discipline here in the second quarter. He is waiting for good opportunities and capitalizing.
So for the Knicks, Bojamp's checked in, and Landry Shamet subbed in for Bridges.
Substitution for your Knicks, Bochamp.
George passes to Sar. The Wizards working the ball around now. Smart, wide open, he fires. That's good, and Johnson with the assist. Smart's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And they are absolutely stroking it from beyond the arc.
And that one's good, Shamet.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Wizards trailed by 9. 1:25 left now here in the second. Sar with it. Robinson on him. Shot clock at 5. And George gets it to go. George has got 7. The Knicks leading by 7. Pass to Robinson. Over Sar. Robinson misses.
Well, they get it to the high percentage area, and then it all goes wrong from there.
Sar, the pass to Smart. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Mitchell Robinson.
Aggressive move by Sar. Love seeing that.
These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
And he knocks down the first one. And so he makes both from the line. 40 seconds left in the second quarter. Now, here's Shamet. Defense is right there.
I'll tell you, don't forget about Marcus Smart's vertical. Twice on the pipes, rejects that shot.
A sensational block that definitely deserves another look.
And that block might serve as a spark for this team. We'll see if it can ignite them.
Pass to Bochamp. Over to the left wing. Just 5 on the clock. And that one's good, Shamet. Shamet's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And this will be the last possession of the quarter if they're patient.
Well, it's amazing. If you finish quarters the right way, it can have such a great impact on the outcome of a game.
Good on the shot. 9 points for Alex Sar. And So it's New York with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much. Coach, this team is still developing. What do they need to do to really reach their max?
Just keep working every day. Give maximum effort, great concentration, and play to win. Make winning plays.
Sounds simple, but I know it's not. Coach, thanks for your time. Back to you guys.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
Welcome in for halftime. And what's on tap, you ask? I can answer that. So far, it's been a nice outing for the New York Knicks.
When you look at how they're getting their points, a good portion comes from inside. They're going right at the defense.
I like the aggressiveness. Don't lose steam in the second half.
Now it's time to check in on how the Rookie of the Year race is shaping up.
We're in the home stretch. I don't know if I call these guys rookies now.
Yeah, we have some pressure-filled games coming up. In addition to everything else, we'll see who has that clutch gene. That is more than enough of us. Let's send you back to the game. Kevin Harlan and crew with the second half.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. And so Poole will bring it up for Washington. They'll be playing host to Toronto for the next one. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Taking a look at the Wizards. They've got Sarr. Jordan Poole is out there with George. And it's Carrington in at the shooting guard. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting two.
That's a nice fake by Jordan Poole. This guy finds all sorts of ways to get his points.
Shooting two.
That one is off.
One thing we know with Jordan Poole, guys, confidence is never going to be an issue. This young man has the attitude there's nothing he can't do on a basketball floor.
He hits the second from the line. The Knicks leading by 5. Anunoby outside. Back to Payne. Towns, the screen. Shot clock at 6. Payne's shot is good.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Here's Champagny. And the foul called on OG Anunoby. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
And a minute played as the second half gets going. Down low, here's Sarr.
To me, that's about the length and strength of upper body by Karl Anthony Towns. He's just destroying people with his defense.
Anunoby, no good. Wizards trail by 7. Here's Poole, and some very quick points for him on that possession. Poole's got 19 points.
And how about the terrific use of the crossover there to just throw the defender off balance.
Anunoby passes to Payne. Towns sets the pick for Payne. And a miss there on the triple.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Poole on the wing. Sarr with it. Working on Payne. Sarr's shot is off. The Knicks leading by 5. Anunoby outside. The tray sinks the three-pointer. Anunoby's got 14 points for the game.
Wow, this this guy flat out carrying the load for them offensively. He is taking and making good shots. What a terrific job.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
And the length of Sarr is a lot to deal with. Sometimes the defense has to foul.
He's made 3 of his 4 free throw attempts in the game.
2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one misses. And the second free throw, good. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Payne with the bounce pass. To the inside. Towns. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
Karl Anthony Towns will mix his spots as a scorer, that time doing work inside.
We know, Doris, that Towns might already be one of the best shooting bigs ever.
Well, Kevin, he flat stated and called himself the best shooting big of all time. He has an argument because not only has he shot the ball incredibly well from deep, even as his volume has gone up, his efficiency stays the same. This is a gifted offensive post player.
Now let's take a moment to see the teams that lead the league in field goal percentage. Number 5, the Knicks.
So patient on the offensive end. I mean, they're not going to force shots, and it's that selectiveness that's yielded such an impressive field goal percentage.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Pass to Sarr. Outside, George, 6 on the shot clock, and another miss by Washington.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Yeah, this guy is just such a load to handle. Karl Anthony Towns spends a lot of time shooting free throws.
The Knicks have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line. The free throw drops for Towns.
Yeah, this guy is exceptional from the charity stripe. You want a guy like Karl Anthony Towns who can knock these down as a big.
Jones checked in for George. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. Wizards trail by 10. Pass to Sarr. That's good from Poole on the assist by Sarr. Poole's got 21 in the game.
So if I'm the defense, I'm thinking Jordan Poole is on a roll and I need to turn off the water.
Anunoby has the open look at basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
And it's Carrington missing.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Anunoby, good.
tell you, OG Anunoby showing you what could happen if he puts it all together. Doing work, OG.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, if you want to win, of course, playing both ends of the floor is essential. Former Defensive Player of the Year Draymond Green says, we've seen teams for years make the mistake thinking they can put a great offense out there and win. You run up against a team that's just competent offensively, but they play defense, you're going to lose. Kevin?
Got the 1-2 punch, as Draymond talks about. Man, that is something tough to get by. DA, thanks.
Marcus Smart.
Anunoby kicks to Bridges. Lock at 6. Inside. Hart, that's good. Hart's got the lead up to 14 now for the Knicks.
So confident in the painted area. Josh Hart understands how to score inside.
Now, here's Poole. Payne covering. Here's Carrington. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Oh, nice double pump finish there. Strictly for the fans.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for New York.
They're doing damage from the mid-range. Not sure if that was the game plan or if they're just taking what the defense gives them. But thus far, it's paying off.
Also, they've been living in the lane. They're getting the ball in close, and it's had a devastating impact all game long.
On the free throw, no good.
And they are shooting themselves in the foot here. They've lost their touch at the line. The percentage continues to drop from where it was in that first half.
6 to shoot. They get it back. Wizards trail by 12. Pass to Gill. Poole, a screen on Hart. Smart. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. And so Anunoby will bring it up for the New York Knicks. And there it is for him.
One tough customer. Bridges fighting for the basket in close.
Jones sets the pick for Smart. And another miss by Washington. Here's New York. They're on a 16-7 run. Payne passes to Anunoby. A beautiful reverse layup. Anunoby's got 20.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Pass to Carrington. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Smart's got 3 assists now in this one.
Well, you have to admire how Smart is running this offense right now. He has a knack for spotting open teammates.
Here's Towns, and the layup is good. Towns has got 14 points for the game.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
69.
To the middle. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one is on Towns.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
At the line, 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Gill. We've seen the NBA feature several overseas games, Greg, the last couple years. Always growing the sport, aren't they?
And I know the fans love it. And nothing quite like seeing an NBA game in person and expanding that opportunity, always a plus.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for Smart. George comes in for Jones. And it's Johnson in for Jordan Poole. Here's Shamet, drills it from outside. He's got 8.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Inside. Here's Kolick. Johnson with the block. Pass to Carrington. Outside, George from deep three-point land. Kolick grabs the miss. Kolek has got his 4th rebound in this one.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
And it's Shamet missing.
Well, when you've been struggling as he has, you love that your teammates have really stepped up and taken the challenge. Well, easy money, right? I like the strategy. Go inside, get a high percentage look.
Bridges passes to Robinson. They set the pick. Launches a 3, and it's Shamet missing.
Well, you can see why the defense dared him to shoot it. That's not really his spot.
Pass to Carrington. And a fast break now for the Knicks. And the dunk by Robinson.
You've got to have a great sense of timing on the alley-oop pass. Fantastic finish by Mitchell Robinson.
Here's Carrington. From the stripe, again the Wizards score.
After taking some time to find his rhythm, he's been unstoppable since the break.
Here's Shamet. Pass to Hart. Here's Carrington. He's covered by Shamet.
2 minutes remaining.
Holmes setting the pick for Johnson. Oh, good with the triple. The Knicks leading by 14. Now, here's Bridges. He's got 13. Pulls up, high post, and the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Bridges has got 4 points now in the quarter. Pass to Holmes. Now George. Spins. Here's Gill, defended by Hart. Bridges deciding where to go with it. Drives to the hoop. And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up.
How about that drive from Mikal Bridges? Draw the contact, young sir.
He's made 1 and missed 1 so far in the game. And that one falls for Bridges. Achua, he's checked in for Hart, and a switcher also for Washington. Sars checked in. Both free throws good from Bridges. Wizards trail by 18. Pass to Sar. Holmes with it. Here's Carrington. That's good on the jump shot. Carrington's got 9 points here in the second half. Now Achua. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to go on Rashawn Holmes.
Yeah, Achua has a knack for understanding when to opportunistically look to score and draw these fouls.
And he makes the first. The Knicks making a switch here. Hart's checked in. He's off on the second. Wizards trail by 17. Johnson outside. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Johnson's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Listen, this guy is not the most dangerous threat from there, but you have got to honor the shooting a little bit.
Traps in the tray. And the Knicks lead by 17.
Challenging this D with the 3-ball. That's his second from distance this half, and he also hit one in the first half, too.
Here's Carrington. Here's Sar. A big-time effort for OG Anunoby, providing a lot of energy for the New York Knicks. His production has been flowing as he's tallied 20 points and looks to be planning for more. Back to the action in just a minute. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Josh Hart out there with Towns. Then it's Bridges. Then there's Landry Shamet. And it's Payne in at the point. That's the 5 for New York right now. Knocked loose. Shamet with the steal. Payne's shot is good.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
You're smart. It's hauled in by Karl Anthony Towns. Towns has got rebound number 15 here tonight.
Yeah, nice, strong finish there. Nearly a three-point opportunity.
First team foul. Josh Hart at the line, 2 shots.
First free throw is good. GA, what effect do you think the rule to limit flopping has had since it was put into place in the NBA?
Well, I do think we're seeing less theatrics, and there were fines before, but a flop now might impact the game itself. So I'd say it's been a bit of a deterrent.
And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Wizards. Johnson with a screen on Bridges. 2 open that time. Made it look too easy. Carrington's got 12 points in just the second half.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Wizards trail by 18. Over to the wing. Here's Saul. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, the defender all over.
First team foul. Saar at the line, 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. He hits one, then this is the second attempt from the free throw line. Here's Shamet. Chalk up 2 there. And the Knicks lead by 19.
This is something you're seeing evolve with Mikal Bridges, expanding his playmaking abilities.
Back to Johnson. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson. And the Wizards making a change here. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Bridges outside. Pass to Hart. Some nice passing by New York here. Towns is doubled. Bridges outside. Out of bounds. Washington takes possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Anunoby, he's checked in for New York. Now, Poole. Here's Smart. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2.
Well, if there's any player in the league who relishes contact, it's Marcus Smart. You want to play physical? Oh, yeah, I like that.
In the corner, it's Bridges. Towns, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
You ever notice the physicality that's an aspect of Marcus Smart's game? He just powers through the defense, sensational shooting.
Marcus Smart.
Find the lanes. Find the lanes. One shot.
And that one falls for Smart.
And you know what I love is Marcus Smart just continues to improve. We know he's a powerful athletic guard, but he wants to keep building different aspects of his game.
Got a piece of it and taken away by Johnson. Hard against Smart. Pass to Carrington. Back to Smart. Here's Champagnie. 4 on the shot clock. Nice shot by Smart. That's 10 points for Marcus Smart.
You love that this guy doesn't get down on himself after a rough first half. Keep your composure and keep grinding.
Towns sets the pick for Bridges. And again, it's New York.
What a wingspan on this young man. Able to get up and over defenders. Nice opportunity on the jump shot.
Pass to Smart. Here's Champagnie. And here's Poole for 3. The Knicks pull it in. Hart's got his 8th rebound here tonight.
But still, eventually you got to feel like he'll start knocking those down again.
Right side Towns. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Oh, that's a strong finish. And Karl Anthony Towns will go to the line, try to put the cherry on top.
Wizards trailed by 19. Pass to Champagnie. Here's Carrington. Now Poole. Johnson with a screen on Bridges. And it's Carrington missing.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
I think expect them to go back to it because that's the kind of shot this offense is designed to generate.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Hart's got 5 points now this quarter.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
And that, to me, is a sign of excellent coaching. There's an attention to detail. There is valuing of every possession.
Here's Smart. The Wizards with another miss.
Well, he hasn't proven to be much of a floor spacer for them. He had the 1-3, but that was back in the first half.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
Back to Poole. Wizards passing it around. Shoots over Payne and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Poole's got 23 points.
And with that basket, he's able to end a 10-0 run by the Knicks.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Bridges.
That almost looked like bad communication. You hate to see that kind of mistake.
And here is Poole. Pass to Song. Poole with the screen for Song. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Of course, we're in the world now of super agencies, which consolidate player representation. What do you think?
Kev, I think obviously it gives some more power to the players because of the bargaining leverage. But for player movement, does it give more power to the big market teams? We're going to have to watch this unfold.
The first one falls. That one falls, so he hits both of them. New York leading by 20. Payne kicks to Bridges. Hart the pass to Bridges. Trying to find Towns. Gets it to him. Here's Hart. Drains it from beyond the arc.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Well, what great game planning, what great execution. It doesn't get much better than this.
Down low, and it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way. Here's a chance now to check out the New York Knicks' upcoming schedule. On Tuesday, they'll be facing Kyrie Irving and the Dallas Mavericks. And then on Wednesday, they'll be playing against James Harden and the Los Angeles Clippers.
And looking at the Bucks matchup, it's going to be an all-out battle. And you just hope they are rested and able to execute their game plan, as it's going to be a tremendous challenge.
And Tom Thibodeau decides to call timeout. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight, just amazing. He hadn't just been gunning. He's been picking his spots, and you need that kind of patience and discipline to shoot as well as he had.
They lost 2 straight coming into this one, and he knew he needed to put his foot down. He showed leadership tonight, getting them back on the winning track. Pass to Kolek. Now, here's Bridges. Towns with it, and out of bounds as the Wizards gain possession. And so Poole will bring it up for the Wizards. Nice ball movement by Washington. Nice shot by Smart.
Well, that's his second 3 of the game. 1 in the first half, 1 here.
Pass to Hart. Anunoby with the screen for Hart. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Wizards trail by 20. Here's Carrington. George sets a screen for Smart. Here's Carrington. They set the pick. From outside, off the mark. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And Greg, everyone loves talking trades. Future first-round picks have been moved quite a bit of late, and that's been kind of interesting.
And Kevin, a lot of teams that don't control any of their future first-round picks. With so much pressure to win now, GMs are willing to use draft assets.
No good on that one. And he's good on the second. Wizards trail by 21. Now, here's Poole. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Bridges passes to Anunoby. Here's Hart. And again, it's the Knicks missing.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, what phenomenal work deep inside the post. Smart, willing, and able to get himself to the line.
At the line, 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Smart. So, Greg, you played the point. In Create a Player, if you had to pick a different position to play, which would it be?
Ooh, good question, Kevin. Probably small forward, wing. I'd like to be a fearsome finisher who can soar and dunk over everybody.
Boy, I just love how Marcus Smart plays the game of basketball. He's aggressive, he's intelligent, and he doesn't mind getting under your skin.
Anunoby, good.
Well, this is what you're trying to do. Put the game away.
And he hasn't forced much tonight. I love the efficiency he's giving to them.
Smart against Hart. Lays it up and banks it in. Smart's got 13 points now in the quarter.
You know, put a rough first half behind him. He's absolutely crushing it here in the second.
There's the pick. Pass to Hart. Now Towns. Over Sarr. And it's Towns missing. Sarr. The pass to Poole. Anunoby against George. Here's Carrington. Down to 5 on the shot clock. It's rebounded by Towns. You know, Doris, we know how physical the NBA is, but can you talk to the importance of mental toughness as well, and what it means for a player?
Kevin, I don't think a player can be successful in the NBA, and certainly a team cannot, without some level of grit and mental toughness. And what does that mean? How does that manifest itself? It means handling adversity. It means overcoming a key injury. There's a toughness required to be amongst the smartest, most resilient players or teams in the NBA.
The Knicks making a switch here. Payne's checked in. And a change for the Wizards. Champagne's checked in. Pass to Poole. 1:49 left in the fourth quarter. The Knicks leading by 22. Now Payne. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Jordan Poole picks one up.
4th team foul. Cameron Payne at the line, 2 shots.
That's good from Payne. And so often we'll hear talk about how many rings a great player has. Doris, do we emphasize that maybe too much?
I think, Kevin, first and foremost, a great player is great no matter what. This is a team sport, and a player doesn't have control necessarily of the parts and pieces behind him or the organization within which he's trying to succeed. Titles matter, certainly, there's no question, and it's great fodder for fans, but it's not how I define a great player.
Back to Poole. There's the 3. And it's Carrington missing. This could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
Wow, Kevin, what a performance we are seeing. And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Knicks.
I think the attitude was very impressive. Definitely a competitive game, and they fought through it each step of the way.
Absolutely. They put on a tremendous performance in terms of the effort and intensity. This was a well-deserved win.
And this will now push it to a total of 44 games in the win column on the season.
And they cap off the season series with one more win. It's been nothing but W's, 4 straight.
A very solid win indeed. And when you check out the box score, there were some great numbers for Karl Anthony Towns.
Boy, I thought his best work was his pursuit of the basketball. He competed for every rebound, fought for position in the paint, and never stopped working. I love it.
At the line,
First free throw is good. Both free throws good from Bridges. And the Wizards with possession. There's a screen. Here's Carrington. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And that's an example of playing big, adapting to the situation.
Well, major height disadvantage. He recognizes that and still able to score it.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Back to Payne. Launches it. Connects from three-point range.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
Well, for all intents and purposes, this game is over. Just a matter of time here.
So no problem for New York as they get the win. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could